If there was a whole number between 3 and 4, would you know what it was? There was a brilliant mathematician who was absolutely convinced that if he could find that number, he would be able to travel through time, maybe even enter a fourth dimension. But that idea went against everything people knew to be true. Everyone thought he had lost his mind, and this genius professor was eventually sent to a psychiatric hospital. I was trying to make him give up on the idea, so I placed some jelly beans on the table and asked him to show me the number between 3 and 4. He quickly lined up 3 of them, but when he picked up the 4th jelly bean, he stopped. He couldn't finish the arrangement. His eyes started drifting, his hands became unsteady, and no matter how many times he tried, he couldn't make it work. No matter how he explained it, I kept telling him to give up on the idea. I also took away his notes and pen to prevent him from becoming emotionally unstable again. He turned away, feeling defeated, but then he noticed a marker that had fallen on the floor. While I wasn't paying attention, he picked it up. Before the caretaker took him back to his room, he pretended to eat the jelly beans but secretly grabbed a handful. Then he was locked in room 304. I always believed the professor was simply trapped in a false belief, but later, while riding the elevator, I noticed something strange. The time it took to go from the 4th floor to the 3rd floor was much longer than the other floors. This unusual situation made me suspicious, but when I thought about the professor's achievements, I still found it hard to understand. How could someone so brilliant become obsessed with one strange theory? That night I went to a bar to relax. Suddenly the peanuts on my table started cracking open. I looked up and saw the professor outside, writing mathematical equations all over the window. I immediately chased after him, but when I turned the corner, he had already disappeared. All that remained was an old television. The TV was showing a news report from many years ago. A man had died in a car accident, but the police could never confirm his identity, as if this person had never existed. While I was still trying to understand what was happening, a little boy appeared in front of the screen. I looked closer and realized that the boy was me when I was a child. Then my phone rang, and I woke up. Everything before that had only been a dream, but shortly after I received an emergency call telling me to get to the hospital immediately. When I arrived, I discovered that room 304 had never been opened, yet the professor had disappeared. The only thing left inside was a room covered with mathematical equations. Looking at all those numbers, a terrifying thought came to my mind. Had the professor really found that number and completed his time travel? I picked up a marker cap from the floor, and a forgotten memory from years ago slowly came back to me. When I was a child, my mother was driving me somewhere when she accidentally hit and killed an old man. At the accident scene, there was a marker without a cap, along with some small objects scattered around that looked exactly like jelly beans. Just as I was about to confirm what happened, a caretaker interrupted my thoughts. There were already 3 jelly beans on the table. The caretaker picked one up and was about to eat it. I immediately tried to stop him, but it was too late. The jelly bean flew through the air and landed in his mouth. The next moment, I looked at the table and saw that the 3 jelly beans had appeared again. Staring at them, everything finally became clear. These were the same jelly beans that had been scattered at the accident scene years ago. The man my mother had hit and killed was the professor. He had come from the future. That was why the police could never confirm his identity, and the mysterious force that kept preventing the professor from completing his calculation and returning to where he came from. Maybe it wasn't a glitch at all. Maybe it was death itself.